Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Anne and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back. Like I promised last week, I'd come and review this one. It's called Romance in the House. Oh, it is so good. First of all, like I had mentioned before, it's with one of my favorite actors, Ji Jin-hee as Eugene in this show. Oh my gosh. If you've seen him before, I mentioned Designated Survivor. He was fantastic in that. He was also really good in Misty. Oh, he always played, like I said, that serious leader, like in Designated Survivor, you're leading the whole country. In Misty, he was this strong lawyer who was trying to defend his wife, who's going through a lot of stuff. So it's nice to see him in this role where he's the dad, but it's almost like a comedy and a little bit more, he's almost other side of acting, if you will, more lighthearted. So just absolutely enjoying him in this show. If you haven't started watching, or if you've been watching, we're up to episode 4, and really how it starts is that we see that he's got a family, he's struggling in business, and he keeps getting himself in these businesses that are just costing his family so much. And finally, like the wife finally sets up this snack shop to hopefully would be what they can use to like finally feed the family, educate the kids. And he goes, once again, I think he got a loan, and the loan sharks come and they take over the store. And once again, they're out on the streets. And the family, the wife, the daughter, the son was too young to know what was going on, was like, enough is enough. The daughter, the scene with the daughter is like, I consider myself to not have a father anymore, because she saw how hard the mom was trying to make things work and he keeps messing it up. Even when the wife said to him, please, we finally got this nice snack shop. I think it will be really successful, which it was, because it was a good location and the kids were coming in after school to eat the, what is it called? Tumbuki, I think that's what they call it. It's like a rice cake with like spicy sauce on it. Looks like it's very famous in South Korea. I tried it and it's a little too spicy for my liking, but it looks delicious. But anyway, after that, it was a case of like, she was like, I want a divorce. And they get divorced, and the daughter is like, I'm considering myself to never have a father. I do not have a father. And that was the end of that. And they just know, I think he lived with his sister and just did not stay in contact with each other. And then one day they're watching the news and they see his motorcycle and the address where him and his sister used to live. And they were like, oh my God, he was in a bad motorcycle accident and died. So really, episode 1 is opening up. They're actually kind of doing, the ex-wife decide, let me just do like a memorial in his honor, the fact that he was the father of my children. And actually the daughter is like, I don't consider myself to have a father. I really don't want to do this. And you can tell the mother and the daughter are going back and forth. The point where the mother was like, I won't do it if it's really causing you this much pain. But they end up doing it anyway. The daughter kind of met the mother halfway. They end up doing it. And in the middle of this would be memorial for him, he walks in looking debonair, nice looking suit, rich as all get out, and then says, I own this building, I'm the new landlord. First of all, they thought they were seeing ghosts. The son is like, I thought you were dead. The ex-wife is like, I thought you were dead. The daughter, who couldn't stand him, was like, what the heck are you looking at? Anyway, you have to keep watching. Turns out it was a misunderstanding. He was not dead. But now there's stories behind how did he become the landlord. We know the previous landlord, unfortunately, was involved in a fire, and that's what killed him. And there may be connection to him, which, by the way, if you've watched up to episode 4, do you think he's connected? I do believe he is. Now, how and who and how it went along, I'm not sure. He's got that shady business partner that works for him, who came in as the new landlord, kind of was working for him, and then before he showed up, I'm thinking he's got something to do with that fire and how that landlord lost his life, and then now all of a sudden he's the new owner. So I want to find out what's the connection between the old landlord, and how all of a sudden he came into money. We still don't know how he came into money because he was always poor. Even the neighbors were like, we remember we were here, saw how he destroyed his family. By the way, those crazy neighbors are the most fickle people. Even he said, it's amazing how quickly people will change and how they treat you just based out of money. Before I didn't have money, I was useless. They're cussing me. Oh, whoa, is you. Now all of a sudden I got a little money. They're all like, oh, you're the best. You're the best. Like, wow, just crazy. But there's still that one neighbor who's like, I think I'm still going to keep an eye on you. Although right now we like you, I'm still going to keep an eye on you. So I thought that's interesting. And then also there's that one lady in the apartment who apparently they knew each other. Apparently he gave her his fortune. And I'm like, were you dating? And why would you give it to her and not come and give it to your struggling family, which you knew? And clearly he's been following them. He's been keeping tabs on them, because remember, now he's trying to win back his ex-wife. And at one point he says to her, you have no idea what I went through to get here. And she's like, what did you go through, right? Like, why? What did you go through? So I cannot wait for that to unfold, for us to find out where was he, how did he come into money. That will be interesting. And then I'm really also looking forward to seeing how his relationship with his daughter is gonna evolve. This last episode 4, when the mother they thought had disappeared, even I was worried. I'm like, oh my God, I hope the mother doesn't disappear. And how she was so worried once they found her, how she was so worried, and he looked at her and was like, wow, I was so unfair, because I have put my responsibilities as the head of the house on my daughter. And you can tell she was feeling really, really sad. The fact that, oh my God, my mom could have been hurt and I had no control over that. And the fact that he walked behind her and recognized that and said to her, don't beat yourself up about it. You've done a good job. You've done an excellent job when I wasn't there. It was not fair for me to put that responsibility on you, and you had to be the head of the family and grow up way much more faster. I thought that was such a nice, kind thing to say. And I'm glad that even he recognizes that. So I'm waiting to see how that relationship evolves, and, you know, what becomes of the father and the daughter. And then in the middle of all that, the daughter, I think, is also going to fall in love with that guy at work. I'm glad that they bonded in the fact that they have daddy issues. The dad owns the whole company where she works, and he wants to be the security guard. Like, he wants to do his own thing. He runs his small little taekwondo shop, and the father is like, why are you living in this shack? Why won't you come work with me? And I'm getting the feeling that his dad must be one of those controlling dads, and working for him may not be the best. And then obviously she's got her own issues with her dad, and it's like, we both know about each other's dads, and let's just not talk about it. Let's act like we don't see what's going on. But I see you and you see me, and clearly you know my situation with my dad and your situation with your dad. It's complicated. It's just complicated. Let's just keep moving. I'm happy how they're supporting each other. I cannot wait to see them fall in love, because you can totally tell it's going that way. And then it'll be interesting to see if he finally can win his wife back. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of history there. And I also feel like he's got a lot of repenting to do. And almost like, the part that really bothered me in episode 1 is when his wife was begging him, like, look, you've tried all your business ventures. They are not working out, and we just keep digging ourselves in the hole. Please don't mess this up for us. Don't mess it up. I thought, how selfish could you have been and not think of what your wife just said, but your children, and go get yourself in another hole? I know you're thinking, the next business is going to be the one. That's the next one to be. And I know business is a risk, but you also have to do risk based on also what's going on with you. I mean, you can't put food on the table. The daughter is like, how come you're never at work? You always hang out with me, right? That when they did that flashback. So very interesting, but I am absolutely loving it. Are you enjoying it like I am? It's so good to see him in a comedy type role where he's lighthearted versus his serious self. It's a fantastic cast. It has that just, easy going. I love the music. It's a rom-com, and it's just fantastic. Absolutely enjoying it. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this. Do you think he did it? Do you think he's the one who killed the landlord with the fire? All I know is if he didn't do it personally, he knows who did it. And I also want to know, where did he get his money? What did he do that finally made him hit it big, right? Is he related to the landlord and we just did not know? I cannot wait to see it all unfold, but it's gonna be fun. I'm glad we have more Korean dramas to watch. By the way, I'm coming on next. I'm gonna review Love Next Door. Oh, that is so good too. Oh my gosh, we are so blessed now. Every weekend now, we've got 2 shows to watch, which is just fantastic. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for joining me. If you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you on my next one. Deuces.